Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you how to cut your wood frames. For this, you can use any kind of wood. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just find a piece of wood and go for it. The first thing I like to do is to find round things to copy. In this case, I'm going to be using an old wood frame, but whatever you can find, it's going to work. So the first thing you're going to do is to copy your first frame or first round mold with a marker. Then you can use any kind of object that will help you to create some distance between the first line and the second line that we are going to create. In this case, I'm using an acrylic bottle, but you can literally use whatever you can find, and depending on the size of the object is how big your frame will be. So I use some tape to stick my marker to the object, and then I use the frame, the first frame, as a guide and mold for my second line. And now, because my mold allows me, I can copy the inside line, but you can use a smaller circle to create these lines. Then I'm going to use a Dremel to make some holes for each one of the lines that I'm going to be cutting. Then I'm going to take my jigsaw and I'm going to cut the frames. You don't need to get anything very fancy. My jigsaw is like the cheapest thing I could find. For the cutting part, I recommend you to go slow, as slow as you can. Take your time. The faster you go, the less control you have over the jigsaw, so just take your time. Very important advice is to start in the center with the smallest circle and to go from there to the big ones. And that is how I cut my frames. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram. And if this process feels like too much for you or you don't have the tools, you can always buy the frames in my Etsy shop.